We love pussy here.
Oh.
Yay! Hi, everybody, and welcome to Late Nights with Kraevin. We have Post Profit on with us tonight from Houston, Texas. Hi. All right, guys, go ahead and introduce yourselves. Tell us what y'all do.
I am Matt Jackson. I play guitar and I sing.
I'm Nick Honor. I play guitar and I sometimes sing.
Awesome. Just sometimes, right? Not all the time.
Sometimes. When it's needed.
He sweeps the ceiling with his hair.
Yeah, I sweep the ceiling.
That's true. You've got that like epic long hair. Look at show it off. Let's see what you do on stage. Come on.
I actually let's see. I just cut some off, so this is not gonna be to its maximum, like the full height. But let's see. Hold on. Yeah.
So awesome. Oh my god, I love it. I have hair envy. Like, I've been growing mine out for like 6 years. This is it, 6 years.
Damn.
Yeah. My hair grows very, very slow, but and then you just go and chop yours. I know. I saw you guys. Where were you? Where did I see you? Was it Rockville? Was that where I saw you?
Rockville. I don't know.
My hair was dummy long at Rockville.
I had long hair at Rockville too.
It was so long. It's glorious. And let me guess, you probably don't even try, right? You like fall out of bed and it just looks amazing, and you use like some shitty like.
I take care of it, you know. I have my little hair routine, I guess, you know.
He has a hair routine. Dude, share your hair routine. All those girls want to know.
Let's see. Well, I pretty much use whatever shampoo or conditioner my girlfriend gives me. So, and it varies. I don't really know what it is half the time. I just use it. I know we got some purple bottles.
She brings it, he uses it.
Yeah, we got some purple bottles. We got some
white bottles.
Some white bottles.
There's like an orange one in there somewhere. I think that's like soap or some shit. I don't know.
You know, shampoo, conditioner, nothing fancy. Try to brush it every at least day or two. Sometimes go a little bit longer, and you know.
If I brush mine, all these would come out. So I can't brush mine.
That's the only thing. You know, you have to pretty much brush it, because if you don't, it's just gonna dread up and become a mess. So
like this.
Like that.
Yeah, I like have to like keep my hair like braided. Like I braid it when I sleep in it, or else I wake up and it's just like it's either a frizz ball or it's like one just giant dreadlock in the back, and then I'm like crying, like combing it out, like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to shave my head.
Mine is all a do-rag. That's my secret right there, the do-rag. That's it.
There you go.
I sleep, so I wake up. If I don't have a do-rag on, it's just like
do-rag. It works.
Awesome. So how did your band start? Who started it? How did y'all get started?
Well, it's a
little intertwining story.
Yeah.
Lots of it's like spiderweb type shit. Well, me and Zach have known each other for forever. Like me and our drummer, and we played music together since. There's a picture of us when we were like 5 or 6 years old, like playing the drums, like right across the room from each other. And we were talking about playing together since then. And we went off and did our own things. And time went by. I was doing another band. We didn't do anything. And then I called him up because we were doing jams around town. And he started hanging out with Nick.
Yeah, I pretty much, I met Zach through an ex-girlfriend. And me and her were playing like a show. And she knew Zach. Zach came into this place where we were. And we pretty much like instantly became friends and hung out with each other like every day after that, pretty much. And, you know, we were wanting to play and start a band. And he was like, oh, you know, we should play with Matt. We should do this thing with Matt. So
it's actually a funny story because we, my other band that I was in, we were doing 2 more songs and we were going to fly out to California. The day before I left, came over here and we just jammed. And then I came back from California and I was literally over here every single day after that. So from there on, I think about a week of just jamming, we were all like just looking at each other like, y'all want to do this for real?
Fuck yeah.
Like, all right, bet.
And then we pretty much started playing, you know, open jams and just
lots of covers.
Yeah, pretty much every cover you could possibly think of. Like, you listen to our music, you wouldn't imagine. Could you imagine Post Profit playing Tennessee Whiskey? I mean, it's happened. Yeah. It's happened more times than, I mean, like, that's we've all actually played country.
Don't tell a girl that. That's like the ultimate panty dropping song. Seriously, like I hear that song and I am like ready to just like take it all off. I don't care where it is. I'm like, just rip clothes off. Like, take me now.
We just have to follow up with like the heaviest song of the set. Afterwards.
Yeah, we'll play Tennessee Whiskey and then we'll immediately play like "Killing in the Name" by Rage Against the Machine.
With fucking tones and some shit. Like, we'll just do all the kinds of. We'll do stupid shit for real. We'll play like My Own Worst and put a breakdown at the end of it for no fucking reason. Literally do not care at all. Just.
But yeah, we pretty much like. We just started playing all these covers and we're like, well, I mean, you know, this is real fun and everything, but we all, you know, we were already kind of working on original stuff. Matt had some songs that he had already been working on, you know, before we started the band. So we kind of like started working with these songs. We started writing other stuff. And
that was like the start of like us, like, kind of figuring out what direction we wanted to go from the start, because from what I brought in to what it is now, it was a completely different thing. Like, we completely dismantled the song, put all of our influences in it, and so it was just it's a whole different song now than what it was when it started. I actually heard the demo the other day of when I first demoed it out, and I was like, oh, none of that's there. Which is a good thing, because
we used to suck.
We used to suck.
We still kind of suck. So, but we used to really suck. Like, it was bad.
Really suck.
I had
lots
this
of things.
Matt had this crappy amp.
Speaker was busted out on it. Like,
speaker was like blown
from
out
the first show we ever played. A speaker was busted out on it.
I had like a Randall combo amp from like 2002.
Oh yeah, I remember that thing.
And it just sounded like
absolute dog shit.
It was bad.
It was so bad.
And it just like slowly got better stuff. So it's like
still slowly getting better stuff.
Yeah. But we slowly got better, hopefully, with the stuff.
No, it's just your gear is better. You guys
we got better shit now.
bigger, more gear.
More gear.
We played like, you know, we played every dive bar in East Texas and beyond, you know, in Texas and Houston, and it's
we've been to San Antonio, Amarillo,
I say every dive bar, not every dive
Not
bar,
every dive bar,
but a shit ton of them.
Shit ton of them.
And
We started out at dive bar.
Have you guys played Lubbock? I love playing Lubbock. That place is bomb.
We have not played Lubbock yet. I don't know how we haven't played Lubbock yet.
No, we've played Amarillo.
Played Amarillo, but not Lubbock. We played Wichita Falls,
Yeah,
but not Lubbock. I heard Lubbock goes off.
We played Lubbock a couple of times, and the first time we went through there was with Diamante, and that show was just amazing. I don't know if maybe it's because there's like nothing else to do there, but like everybody,
and it was like, fuck, it was awesome.
Yeah, it was a great time. It was so much fun, and everybody was just amazing. And then everyone was like at the merch table lined up buying merch, and then also buying the band drinks. And like we had to drive home after, and so I like had to drive. So my drummer didn't have to drive, and like my guitarist didn't have to drive. And so I literally had like this line of drinks behind the merch table where everyone was buying us rounds and stuff, and we just line them up there, and then those two were going and grabbing them because I'm like, I can't drink this. I'm gonna set this here. And then we had like 6, and they're like, okay, Kraevin, quit accepting drinks because I can't drink all these. I'm like, yes, you can. You got to do it for me.
We actually we've had some crazy shows when we first started out. There was one of the little dive bars we used to play here in our hometown, and we were playing with one of our other friends' bands, having a good time. Next thing you know, there's just a stack of 7 tequila shots just all been downed, and during the set, and we're just like, what the fuck just happened? Needless to say,
that was like the last time we drank.
That was like the last time we like heavily drank at a
Honestly,
show.
we have not been drinking, or at least me and Matt and Jordan. I mean Zach too, but
yeah, we've all definitely slowed down a shit ton. Like, so it works out.
Yeah, we don't really drink like a whole lot. We're not like big heavy drinkers. I'm one of those like I could take it or leave it. And I don't like getting like really like fucked up,
Mm-hmm.
But like Chris is sober. Like most of my band is sober. My bassist and I are really the only two that drink. And for him, it's so funny. He's like the most energetic, like outgoing person in the world after 2 drinks. He's so like quiet and shy and like whatever. And then you get like 1 beer in him and he's like the life of the party. And I'm like, what happened to you? It's amazing. It's crazy. Like the transformation. And then me, I'm just like, I'm one of those, I don't like to drink before we play, but after we play, I do it basically like if a fan offers to buy the band a drink, I'm not going to say no because, it's like something nice they're trying to do.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, okay, fine. If I have to drive, I'll order, like, I'll be like, oh yeah, Johnny likes whatever beer and I'll just order whatever beer I know he likes. And then he can have it.
Yeah.
I just have his empty one with like my full one when the person's not looking. And then
I wish beer was like vitamins and
healthy.
and it was like healthy for you.
It is. You didn't get the memo? Like it is. It's so healthy for you.
It's
so
amazing.
Healthy.
It's like,
hashtag so healthy.
But it makes you fat and it kind of ruins your liver. So it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so does ice cream, and I consume a lot of ice cream. Like I love it. Since we've gotten our tour bus, I keep like little pints in the freezer.
I've been stuck on coffee. I literally just had an iced coffee before this interview, actually.
Yeah, I'm drinking mine right now. I'm like finishing off my iced coffee.
We drink
several.
Probably why.
That was quite funny. Like our drummer flew in yesterday, and so we've been practicing for our next tour. And like, we made coffee this morning, and then we made like breakfast, and then we went out because he needed to get some sticks at Guitar Center. And then after that, he's like, "I'm ready for round 2 of coffee." I'm like, "Yes, let's do it." And so then we stop and get coffee, and it's like, it's like our thing. Like, I think if we played like a coffee bar, that would be like the best gig ever. I would definitely be on that.
That'd probably be the most like espresso filled show I would ever.
Everything would be like twice as fast. You'd just be over here just blasting through everything.
Just like, okay, I'm not gonna be able to sing shit. It's gonna be too fast. Just
That's kind of like damn.
Like, since when did Post Prophet start rapping? All of a sudden, he's like, speed metal with rap. It's like, la, 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 la.
Start doing the Steve Carell at one point. Just blah, 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 blah. Oh, I've done that before. There's a few things we've done on stage that have like we did a tour one time. We did a tour earlier this year with Escape the Fate in Red Jumpsuit and our sound guy Julian. And he is like, he is like the funniest fucking dude, nicest dude, does a killer job at sound, but he is hilarious. And so the phrase that went around on the tour that when we were out was "shit de la poop." And so, but he's like "shit de la poop." So we were in Tampa, Florida, and in the break in one of our songs, I just busted out and I look at him. He just smiles in the back of the soundboard, just like. Yeah.
The last show of that tour was like,
oh my god, yeah.
The funniest thing though, because the venue was a church. It was like an actual church.
It was a Murray Hill Theater in Jacksonville. Sick venue. It
was like no cursing allowed, and
which, you know.
Our driver
Post Prophet is not a Christian band. Sorry for anybody that
our driver Dex had like a devil 666 Satan shirt on, everything. He like went and changed his shirt and everything. And
we actually had to cut a song out of our set list.
Yeah, we cut a song out because we were worried. But like the guy that runs Murray Hill, he gets up there and he starts talking and everything. We have our in-ear monitors on, and Julian's like, all right, this guy's gonna say some stuff, and then you guys are gonna get up there and everything. And this guy's talking, you know, he's like, you know, I'm just so proud of what Murray Hill's done. We've been doing this, you know, for so long and everything. And Julian's in our ears. He's like, all right, I'm about to delay bomb this dude. I'm delay bomb this guy. He's like, this is just so amazing. We've been doing this for 25 years. It's like,
I'm backstage dying. I'm like, oh my god, this is the best thing. He's just totally, but he does it like consistently, just like whenever he's doing the praise. He was doing a prayer right before the show, and he, Father.
And then right before we go on, he's like, what is he say?
He's like, all right, guys, have a great gig. Now that is over, Hail Satan.
Hail Satan.
That was funny. That was so funny.
Yeah.
We like the type of band to, like, you know, we'll be playing an all ages event or something. It'll be like, hey, please don't cuss or whatever. There'll be a bunch of kids there, and we'll accidentally be cussing left and right. You know, it's just, it happens.
It happens.
That's how we talk.
Well, I mean, it definitely happens in the songs.
It happens in the songs too.
We don't shy away from that in the song. We are unapologetically ourselves. And most of the time, the kids that are at the show hear those words on a daily basis.
Their parents more than
or they're singing the words, like all the words. And I'm just like, oh, okay.
Start them out.
Yeah, my son was singing got back when he was like 4. And I listened to it in the car because his dad was listening to it in the car. He's like, hey, Mom, I want to sing him a song. And I'm on the phone. He's like, I like big butts. And I was like, oh my God. 4-year-old.
They learn quick these days, though, for real. They learn quick these days. Very smart.
Yeah, one of our songs it got nominated back in, earlier this year by the International Christian Film and Music Festival or something like that, right? It got nominated. We got nominated for Best Performing Artist, and we are not a Christian band either. And so we got like this email inviting us to perform the song and everything else. And I'm telling my guitarist this, and my guitarist, he's from a missionary family. So he's very, very Christian, doesn't drink, and, very, very like, he says "gee golly," you know, he doesn't cuss.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's like, and he's sitting there, and I call him and I tell him, right, and I was like, yeah, so we got to, you know, we go to Florida in May and blah blah blah, and he's like, have they met you? He's like, are you sure? And I'm like, if they nominated us as best performing artists, they had to have seen the music video and seen me perform. And he's like, okay. And so we show up at this International Christian Music Festival, right? And I'm me. I wear the same, and my mother's like, don't you think you should like tone it down a little bit? And she's the one who's like always been like secretly thinking I worship Satan, right? Because I'm in a metal band. So we're out there, and she like wants to come, right? Probably to, she's being supportive. Well, probably to see if like I actually got struck by lightning, honestly. And so we're walking into this place, you know, and Chris feels like right at home, right? These are his people, like it's great. And I'm walking in there, all black corset, black dress, my big old like black boots, and everyone, and my bright red hair. And I'm sitting there, I was like, okay, let's see how this goes. And everyone's like, I love your hair. Oh my God, your outfit is so, girl, I wish I could pull off those fishnets. I'm like, and I'm looking at my mother and I'm like, see?
It's the way to do it.
It was so great. I loved it. No, they were so amazing and they were so accepting. And I was really, really, it was really an honor to perform there, and everybody was fantastic. But it was so funny. Just like my mother's reaction, like, are you serious right now? And, you know, even my guitarist, he's like, are you shitting me? Like, have they met you? And my mother's like, are you sure you're going to wear that? I'm like, this is the exact same outfit I wore in the video. Okay. If they're playing the video at the conference or the festival or whatever, like, I'm going to wear the same outfit. I figure that's safe, right? I'm not going to like get kicked out if I'm wearing the same exact outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny. So
there was one time we played an award show, and we thought it was one in our hometown, and we thought that it was we thought we were playing last because that's what we were informed. And so we get up there early, we're taking pictures, we set up, do sound check, we're taking pictures. The next thing you know, we're taking pictures, and then somebody comes up and it's like, post profit, right? And we're like, yeah. And they're like, y'all go on in 3 minutes. What?
So they're eating cheese cubes.
Eating cheese cubes, taking pictures.
No, that doesn't even compare to. We won a music award for Metal Band of the Year.
Oh yeah, the year before, yeah.
We're not a metal band.
We're not a metal band.
I mean, you know, whatever. A lot of people got pissed off.
Lots of people
we're like,
got pissed
shit,
off.
We didn't have anything.
Like, we didn't do it. Don't get mad at us.
And then we go to the awards thing, and they're like, all right, Metal Band of the Year. Y'all are going to perform acoustically. Yeah. So it's
that was a trip.
Metal Band of the Year.
That was so awkward. That was so awkward.
It was more like the Beatles or like some shit, you know?
Yeah. Who would have had electric? I mean, we had the suits and everything. We were ready to go, and then they told us acoustic, and we were like.
And then right after that, they had a full-on blues band, like play full-on band. So I was like,
they must have thought we were gonna be too metal for the award show.
It would have been too metal.
Won a metal award,
right? I guess so.
And then we got up there and played acoustically, like same sad song or something.
Yeah. Which is like one of the least heaviest songs on that record.
That is Disney level stuff. Like,
for real though. I mean, I love that song, but that is obviously not a song to win Metal Band of the Year to at all.
But it was just hilarious because it's like, okay, we're gonna further prove this point that we're not a metal band.
We still got shit for it afterwards. Like,
we didn't try to be, we didn't attempt to be. We're just like, okay, yeah, we're gonna fucking do like basically the softest stuff we've got. Like, let's go.
At that time, that was like one of the main songs we had out too. It was before we even had the rest of the album.
That was before COVID.
Yeah, way before COVID.
BC, that's the new BC now, you know.
That was BC, yeah. I was
literally.
Man, we took that shit for granted, didn't we?
Yeah, crazy before COVID.
For real.
All right, so we are getting to that point in the interview where I don't know if you've watched any of the previous live streams, but late nights with Kraevin, part of the fun is that I ask you guys anything, not always music related. Yes, so because as you know, our music and our art tends to be inspired by real life. So real life is exciting, and therefore our art is amazing, right?
Yeah.
So.
Lots of sad shit.
Sad shit, happy shit, crazy shit, right? So, when was the first time you guys had sex? How old were you?
I did not expect that question. I was like, wait a minute, wait, what? Okay.
I was not enough. I was not of age.
I was not legal drinking age yet. I was not legal drinking age yet. We'll just go with that answer. Oh man. Ooh.
Okay. Like 15.
15.
19.
19.
Yeah.
I think I was
I
like
in my high school. I didn't hold my virginity until after high school, and I won that bet.
That's like the opposite of every
other bet. Every bet that you get in high school,
every movie you
like
see in like the high school guys, like, yeah, we're gonna lose our virginity before high school's over, right? That's like,
yeah, something like that. Not another teen movie.
Yeah.
Stuff. Yeah. I was like, all right, well, but yeah.
All right. The next question is a question that was submitted by one of our one of my fans that watched one of the segments, and I always like to post, like, you know, for the fans to ask their own questions. So this one's not for me. I blame them, but I have since added it to the list because I think it's funny. Do you like anal?
I personally don't like anything going in or near my ass.
Agreed.
Thank
Same.
you.
What about giving? Like, we cover receiving, giving? Like, no.
I mean, I would definitely rather give than receive. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
That was just like had no choice type shit. Like,
it's like an exit.
Lots of things exit out of that. It's not stuff that doesn't, you know.
We've seen those memes. Yeah, no.
We've seen the memes.
And you know what's funny is, like, guys love to brag about their size, right? It's like, oh yeah, it's so amazing, man. And until like they want to do anal and they're like, it's not that big. It's really not. It's not. Really? Which is it? Is it like so big? I'm gonna give it to you, girl, or oh yeah, it's not that big. Really. It's like, oh yeah, no. Mm-mm.
No.
Let's just say no all the way around. No. As a girl, I tend to get a lot of unsolicited dick pics, unfortunately. Especially you know, me and all. And I had one guy, I don't know if it was bragging. I don't know if he like used some kind of software or what, but he sends me this thing, right? It's so big, right? And I'm like, are you trying to like, are you saying you want to impale me with this thing?
No,
if that's what you're eating with, like,
he's just showing you.
So big.
He's just showing you his Photoshop skills. That's all.
Really that big, honey? You just backfired because I'm not even gonna like meet you in person. I don't want that coming anywhere near me because I don't want to die. I mean, yes, death by sex would be amazing. Like, what a way to go. I was actually talking to a friend about this the other day. It's like she had an orgasm that was like so strong she blacked out. I'm like, that sounds like epic, right? Sounds amazing. It's like, what a way to go. And so it's like, yes, death by sex, like in a good way like that. I'm down, but I don't want to be impaled. Like,
Yeah, no impaling.
no,
impaling.
no
It's like
impaling.
Yeah, that's a well-established rule.
No impaling.
Everybody knows that.
Oh, if you don't know now, you know. Don't impale people.
Not very chill. It's not very
Lo-fi beats to chill and study.
Yeah. It's not lo-fi beats to chill and study to. Of you.
Oh, that's fucking wholesome.
This is a good Christian show here.
Yeah. I need to stop. Oh boy.
So, have you ever walked in on like your parents or a family member having sex or doing a sexual act?
Hell no.
I actually never did.
Hell no. No, I have not.
No.
What about a bandmate or roommate?
Yeah.
You're like, yeah. If the day bus is rocking, don't come knocking. Don't even walk in there. Just walk away.
See, this is why they have locks on doors.
Yeah. Those are great inventions. Great inventions. Craziest place you've ever had sex?
Ooh. Shit. Damn. You go first.
He's either or not sure who wants to put it on blast.
Just gotta,
We're gonna get arrested for admitting this.
I think my girlfriend's watching.
She's like, you better not say shit.
Oh, come on. If your girlfriend is watching, girl, dish. This is your chance, man. Throw her bus. Girlfriends, mamas, my mom's probably watching. This is probably why she thinks I'm gonna burn in hell or whatever. Girlfriends, moms, if y'all are watching, comment, please. Post in the comments. Throw these boys under the bus. They need it. They really do. Musicians, we secretly love this shit, right?
Oh, damn. I really got to think about it.
There's been just so many crazy places, right?
So many.
He's like, I'm sure. He's like, you can give me your top 5 if you're having a hard time picking one.
I would say, your run-of-the-mill dressing room.
Oh, yeah. I've never done it. I've always wanted to, but I've never done it in a dressing room. Everybody's like, oh, that's so cliche. I'm like, I haven't done it in a dressing room, but
Yeah. It was on a family vacation. So
that's even better.
It was not the only place to go.
Family vacation. Hell yeah. Defying all odds. You know how the parents are. You gotta sleep in 2 separate beds.
That was literally how it was.
Oh man. I've never done it on a family vacation. I would never have the chance. Like, I've never even brought a girl on family vacation. So that knocks it out for me. Who?
Not who, where?
No, who, where? Okay.
Come on, Matt.
There was one time, and it was like years ago. It was on my birthday, and it was actually outside of a place that we've played at before, and it just happened. It was on my birthday. Nothing was said before. Like, we said hi, had a conversation, and then it just happened, and I was like, okay. So
hey, when that happens,
it was weird. It was very weird. I mean, not really.
Random birthday sex is weird.
I mean, it was, of course, yeah. And there was alcohol in my system.
Yeah, okay.
It was, my car has been through it. I still drive. that has no back bumper. Like, it's been through it.
And whatever you do not take a UV light in there, right?
Yeah,
Do not take UV light.
Do not.
Yeah, no.
Spare tire. It a spare tire. Oh well, Betsy. That's her name. Is Betsy.
Betsy. I like it. I like it.
She like solidified that name like after the bumper fell off the second time.
The second time.
Yeah.
The second
first time
time?
it fell off, I put it back on. And then me and Zach were on the way to a show in Lindale. We're just driving down the highway, I-20. Next thing you know, we hear and look out the rear view window, like the rear view mirror, and just see a freaking bumper just tumbling and runs under a semi. I was like, oh, okay. We just looked at each other.
Gone. It's gone.
It's gone. Oh well,
it's gone forever.
Craziest place to have sex to my car, Betsy. That hell of a conversation.
That's how she goes.
Well, I guess you could say that Betsy is one of the craziest places I've had my car, because this is like, my car is like,
it's scary looking.
My car's been told it's like a roller coaster.
It is fucking terrifying looking.
It really is.
Well, now you're gonna have to send me photos because I'm curious.
Okay.
The scary car.
Like it's the there's a lot of things that don't work on it. Things that need to work, but the things that don't need to work don't work.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. That's what it is.
Yeah, I drive this like tiny little Honda Fit. It's great, except for the bumper sits like really, really low. And whoever owned it before me, like, kind of got in like a minor fender bender, and it didn't really like mess up anything, but it bent it just a little bit. So like every time I do anything, like it scrapes all the time. Like going in a driveway, scrape. Like I can't park at curbs because it'll scrape like on the bottom of the curb, and I don't care. But people get in my car and they look at me like, "Oh, of course you can't drive." I'm like, really? Just because I'm a girl? It's the bumper. It sits so low. Sure it is. I'm like bottoming out. It sounds like I'm bottoming out all the time. It's like, no, it's just the bumper scraping the road everywhere. Like hit a pothole, there's the bumper. Go over train tracks, there's the bumper. It's like one of these days, who knows? Maybe it'll fall off. I don't know. It's still there though.
And then we'll be twins.
Yes.
We'll be twins.
Matching.
Our driveway used to be a crater because of like the bad weather that we've had like over the years, and we just got it repaved and everything. And driving a van and a trailer out of that was the most terrifying thing on the face of the planet, because literally it's like scrape up, scrape, oh, into the driveway, scrape.
Wanted the Grand Canyon Simulator.
The cricket. Oh yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much what it is. We got it fixed though. So, yeah, my bumper still scrapes though. It's amazing how I still have a front bumper at this point.
Yeah, I'm impressed. I'm actually surprised like mine hasn't fallen off. So I'm happy. So, most inappropriate place you've ever had a boner?
I'm sure it's been. I'm sure there's been a lot of inappropriate places.
A lot of inappropriate places.
Subway. I don't know.
Shit.
Matt said right now.
Oh boy.
Right now.
Oh.
Right now.
Most inappropriate place. At church.
At church. There you have it. There you have it, folks. Boner
Well,
church.
Boners, so maybe it's a appropriate place.
I don't know. Some people would beg to differ.
Oh, please don't strike me down.
It's getting hot in here, right?
Yeah.
A little bit of heat right somewhere. Shit.
It ain't that type of heat.
It ain't that type of heat.
What is the most embarrassing thing your parents have caught you doing?
Oh, there's a few. Oh man, I gotta pull shit out of the vault for this one.
Oh yeah, I got one. So yeah, when I was in high school, I was grounded, and friend wanted to come over and hang out, and I was like, screw it, whatever, you could just come over, just sneak in my window, like whatever. My mom probably will never know. She's at work or whatever. And the neighbor like called the cops and came knocking, was like, oh my God, there's somebody like breaking into your house, and called my mom and told her that someone was breaking in.
That'll do it.
So yeah. And then I obviously had to tell her it was just my friend, So but yeah, that was not good.
I think the most embarrassing one for me, and it's not even my parents, it was my sister. We had a jam one time, and earlier that day, I got arrested for having like less than a gram of weed in my car, and was in jail for the majority of the day. Bailed out, and they came to the jail, and we were like, "Yo, we still got a jam to play." And I'm like, "Yeah, let's fucking go." And so we're in the middle of the jam, and next thing you know, she pops in, and I just see her face. And I'm just like, in the middle of playing, this is like, oh my God. Like, she's yelling and everything. She's like, I need to talk to you. And I'm like, I'm kind of busy right now. Can you, like, not do that? No. Yeah, that was probably the most embarrassing. Because it was at a show. Like, it was in the middle of a show, like while we were playing, and I was just like, "Oh God!" When people ask the question, "What's the worst thing that can happen?" I think that's the answer right there for me.
Yeah.
Needless to say, I don't make bad decisions like that anymore.
That's it. That's probably a good thing to not do that anymore.
It was unfortunate.
In the middle of your show and be like,
it was unfortunate, but you
live and you learn, and you make a lot of mistakes like
that. Pretty much. Sometimes.
So with that, then we'll segue into, and maybe that was the most embarrassing thing, but what is the most embarrassing thing to ever happen to you, like at a show or on stage? Is that it?
Shit. Oh shit. Well, it was embarrassing. Well, it was embarrassing, but it was really funny. I laughed it off as soon as it happened, because I was just like, oh wow. We played a show in Fort Worth one time, and we were playing this place called the Rail Club. A pretty big size stage, had a drum riser and everything. And I was just feeling it, and I jumped off the drum riser, lost my balance, and rolled back into the fucking mic stand and monitor and everything. Completely busted my ass.
Straight busted his ass.
And I remember our bass player, Jordan, was laughing. Everybody was laughing. Zach's sitting there still playing the part, and you just see him just losing his shit. And Jordan's sitting there laughing. And we start the song, and he forgot to tune down. And so we had to start the song over again. I was like, wait, hold on.
It was just a clusterfuck.
It was a clusterfuck. I was like, I promise we don't suck. We're going to play this again. I'm not going to bust my ass. And
that was pretty embarrassing.
That was pretty embarrassing.
There's been a couple of them, but
let's go ahead and give like our top.
There was one time we were supposed to play emo night in Dallas, or not Dallas, Houston.
Oh yeah, this one.
And
this is probably number one.
This was like a biggest blue balls moment, I guess.
Yeah.
But we were supposed to play first. Ended up going to be headlining this thing, so we went from opening to headlining.
Had the place was packed. They were all supposed to move into the next room for our set. Like we had it all planned out.
It was pretty important. Like there were some people there that we
had some old emo bangers to bang out. Like we were ready to go. Like we had it all like ready to go.
We're literally right before we're supposed to go.
5 minutes before we went on.
We're like, all right, boys, let's do this shit. All right, 1, 2, 3, woo, let's go. And the fucking power blows in the whole place at Warehouse Live.
Everything power blew. So yeah,
the whole show was done, and it was like, oh my god, really?
Yeah.
So yeah, you know,
that one's probably number 1 on the list.
We didn't make any money. We didn't get to play the show. We didn't, you know.
We didn't get to have our big moment.
We didn't get to have the big moment that we were like hyped the whole time for. It was like, man, why does that type of shit always happen?
That right there, my friends, is the biggest case of blue balls.
That's the biggest case of blue balls. It would have easily been like probably 500 or 600 people.
It was like 600 people there. It was packed. Like I was so ready. I was so pumped. And then that happened, and we were just like, what? Like, all the energy got sucked out of me, out of all of us. And we ended up driving back that night, too.
We were pissed.
So pissed. Add it to the list.
Add it to the list.
What was another? There was another one we did that was
We've had fire marshals come in and stop the show and like count every person in there because it just
that wasn't really embarrassing. Though.
It wasn't embarrassing. It was actually pretty badass.
Because they actually watched like the song after they did the head count and kept telling all the people around, and they were like, they're pretty good. We've had cops come in, like people make noise complaints, and then they would see it's us, and they're like, oh, these guys, yeah, you're good. You're good.
Oh, we had a real embarrassing one. There was one show he had been like selling tickets for, hyping it up, and had a lot of people come out to it. Oh. And we got to play pretty much 1.5 songs. Like
it was the night that our CD came out. It was the night our album came out.
Yeah, and it was our album release night. And we pretty much got boned, like just
hard. Like we had our sound person, she had to save the whole fucking night by running sound for every band because the sound was just fucked.
And then the opening band they ran late and they went over, and then we pretty much
got fucked.
We were the only band to get fucked that entire night. Everybody else got to play their set. So it's like that was pretty embarrassing because, you know, this sucks whenever you sell a bunch of tickets and do all that.
Working on an album that you've been working on for 3 years, finally coming out, and oh yeah, album release show, hell yeah, 2 songs.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's just your way of you're just keeping them wanting more, right? Now they got to buy the album so they can hear you because you only play 2 songs.
Needless to say, we made up for it the next night because we had our actual album release show that actually went off, so it ended up working out. That was actually our biggest show there. But yeah, that's probably top 3 like most embarrassing. It's been
there's been so many different things that happened to
us. There's different levels of embarrassment. Like
we have stage demons. We have stage demons bad. They follow us everywhere. They cause random shit.
Oh. Okay, I got one. So this one happened on my birthday. So we played a gig in Houston like a week before a show that we had at Come and Take It in Austin. And it was my birthday show. So we're sitting there loading everything in. We're the first band to go on, getting everything ready to go. I'm walking around. Hey, where's my pedal board? Oh, shit. It's still in Houston. So about like 10 minutes till sound check. And thank God, because the band Lost Dakota guitarist let me borrow his pedal board for our set. And thank God he was there, because if not, I would have been fucked. But yeah, that was the most embarrassing. I didn't know what I was going to do. I was literally in panic mode because I was like, I have no pedal board. And we go on in an hour. So yeah, that's probably the most embarrassing for me. And it was on my birthday.
Oh, yikes.
And then we took a shot in the bathroom together to drown out the embarrassment.
Yeah, that would be like really, really nerve-wracking. Like, I remember once I forgot something at a show. Luckily, it was always in Austin, knock on wood. I don't ever want this to happen out of town. But like, thankfully, like we have Favor, you know, in Texas. So like you can get somebody to like drive and pick up your shit. So like I was at a show. It was literally the first show I ever played with Edge of Destiny. We were playing at Dirty Dog. R.I.P. Dirty Dog. It's not around. And COVID casualty. And
we were supposed to play there, actually. It was like we were supposed to, right before COVID shut down everything. That was supposed to be our first show on a little spring break run that we were doing.
Yeah.
And
we were
just closed down. I was like, oh, great.
Yeah. It was so sad. And it was like, we were playing a show and I was like running late because like some shit happened. You know, it's like, it's your very first show. Have you noticed like every time there's like a big show, like drama happens, like your life blows up and like your car breaks down, everything, right? So it's like our very first show as a band, like Edge of Destiny. And we're playing a Dirty Dog and like my whole life is just like falling apart all of a sudden. And it's like strangest fucking shit. But I finally make it there. I'm like, yes, I made it here. But I've got like my makeup in the car and my shit in the car. And I'm just going to get ready at the venue because I didn't have time to do it at my house because like all these fires I'm putting out. And I get there and then I'm like in these like sweatpants and like shit. I'm like, I don't have my clothes. I don't have my clothes. And you know, I can pull off a lot of things, but I can't. And so I'm standing there and I'm like, could I pull off this look? And my two girlfriends are like, no, we love you, honey, but no, you cannot go on stage in what you are wearing. So then I'm like, I'm calling my daughter. Thankfully, she's home. She wasn't at a friend's because she was supposed to go to friends that day, but like she got in trouble. And so I was like, okay, you can't go to your friend's house. Thank God I grounded my kid. So she's at home and I'm calling her. I'm like, hey, I had this favor. Blah, blah, blah. My outfit's on my bed, I think, or it might be on the kitchen, the bathroom sink. I'm not sure, but can you find my stray outfit, throw it in a bag, and put it on the front porch because a favor driver is going to come by and pick it up? And she's like, yeah, sure. It's on the porch, blah, 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 whatever. Favor driver comes over, picks it up, drives all the way to downtown Austin, makes it to Dirty Dog, thankfully, before like they shut down all the streets. They come in, they walk in, they drop off my things, and then someone's like wondering, like, Kraevin, there's a bag for Kraevin. I'm like, yes! Then my outfit shows up and I change. But it was like so nerve-wracking because I was like standing there like in the venue. I'm like, maybe I should just walk out there in my underwear because there's no way I'm wearing like the sweatpants and like whatever ensemble I had on was just not working. I was just like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And then my girlfriends are like, what do you got for underwear? I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not wearing anything cute. They're like, shit, girl, you gotta wear some better underwear just in case. So anyway.
Just in case.
Just in
case. Wear cute underwear because you can always just walk on stage in that and pull it off.
This look is inspired by my favorite band, Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Just like keep pasties in my makeup box, you know. I mean, we're gonna do it however we do. It's like Chris would quit the band. I love my Christian guitarist, but he would totally quit. Like we were at this venue, Fitzgerald's in San Antonio, and this girl walks out, right, with like this really like plunging neckline. And Chris leans over and he's like, Kraevin, if you ever walk on stage wearing something like that, I quit the band. And I'm like,
oh,
honey, maybe it's because I didn't have like the bodacious rack that she does, but I was like, I've worn worse. I know I've worn worse, but maybe on like his grand scheme of things, like the tata's about to fall out the top is worse than my ass falling out the back. Cause I know I have had some like shit go down with my short skirts that I wear on stage at some point. That's why I always wear like cute little like, underwear underneath. I have my own brand. I'm plugging myself. Kraevin underwear. So like if something happens, it's still cute. Yeah, Kraevin across the back, party in the front.
Hell yeah.
But,
I had
yeah.
at a show, like right down the middle. And I had nothing else. I looked at Nick and I was like, bro, we got a problem. And he's like, what? And I just looked down. All of us being like the guys who are, you got two other dudes in the band just busting out with, and no one ever wants to and knowing my ass, I joined in. I was like, well, fuck it. What can you do? So, yeah.
What can you do?
Yeah, just, the thing is, y'all are hot rock stars, right? Anything goes, as long as it's like not public nudity, like to the point where we're getting arrested. But even that, like, that could be great for your band. Like, think of the headlines, like, so-and-so arrested for dick falling out on stage. I mean, you guys would go viral after that.
So-and-so not allowed to play whatever festival anymore because pissed on a fan on stage.
Rockville.
Yeah.
We walked in on that happening. Like, we walked into Rockville. That band was playing, and I think like 30 seconds after that happened, we saw that happen. I was like, did that just happen? In real time? Like, that was crazy.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Like, apparently, like, he was shaking his face and it sprayed on some lady in the front row. And she assumed.
Like, you don't do that at a show with like a shit ton of people there. Like,
no, it's like save that for your OnlyFans or like VIP or something. You know what I mean?
Like your basement show or whatever. Like, but oof,
this freaking cat.
Huh?
Look at this cat.
She's so cute. Is it a she or a he?
He.
Oh.
Chet. Good old Chet. Look at him. Look at his face.
Face. Oh my god. I love you,
Scott. And Spirit Animal.
He's in Smother, the Smother music
video. Yeah, he's in our Smother music video, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
He's literally like the freaking coolest cat ever.
He's so cute and lovable.
So chill. And he's very much like, he likes to cuddle.
He's a cuddle. Look at this guy. He's like, you can't see him burying his head in me or in my hand. He's just the sweetest thing. I love cats.
Me too. I didn't like cats at first growing up, but now I love cats. And
I love cats so much. And my teenager, he's like, oh yeah, I want a cat. And he goes and he picks like the meanest antisocial cat on the planet. Like, she literally wants nothing to do with anybody. Like, ever. Ever. And I'm like, why do you exist? Like, you literally hate everybody. Actually, now that I think about it, she kind of takes after my teenager because I think he hates everybody too. Maybe it's like they mirror each other's personality.
Yeah.
It's like I was on tour. I got this new roommate before we went on our last tour, and I'm on tour, and he, I'm talking to my son on the phone, and he's like, "Hey," and I was like, "Hey," he's like, "How's it going?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, blah blah blah." He's like, "By the way, this like roommate needs to go," and I'm like, "Why? Like, what did he do?" And he's like, "He just needs to go," and I'm like, "But like, why? Like, did he do something? Did he not do something?" And he's like, "Well, no, he sits in his room all the time, and he just like never really goes anywhere except for when he goes to work, and like he just comes down, like gets something out of the fridge and then goes back upstairs and like doesn't talk to anybody and blah blah blah." And I'm like, "Tyler, you just described yourself. Like, it's like you sit in your room and play video games all fucking day. Like, I forget you exist in the house sometimes, and then you'll come down, you'll grab something. The only time I notice that you're there is like if you eat my bag of chips." You fucking eat my snacks. I'm like, "So why do you not like the roommate?" He's like, "I don't know, he just has to go." And I'm like, "You hate everybody. Like, on the grand scheme of things, that's like the perfect roommate because you forget he's there."
There you go.
Easy.
Very chill to himself.
It was so funny. Like, I was like, you just described yourself. Like,
That's funny. That is great. Roommates.
That's why cats are great roommates, you know.
They are. They
never really complain or do anything.
Only time he complains is if he's like wanting food or whatever.
Yeah, or
and then tries to eat your feet, and then he tries like just skips around the house, or like on guitar strings while you're restringing your guitar.
He's literally like, he's so chill that like what we're in our studio here where we record other bands and our own stuff, but he'll be in here like with a full band in here and just
fucking blasting like loud, and he'll just be sitting there just chilling on the couch. Just
it's like, is he deaf or retarded?
I don't even know if he can or not.
Can you say the hard R word anymore? I don't think so.
Probably not.
Never
Retracting statement.
Retracting statement. Oh. Yeah, that's where we're at.
It is 2022.
It's 2022.
That it is. All right. Well, we're getting close to the end of our show. I just have a couple more questions for you. One of which being is, what do you find to be the most challenging thing about being a musician?
Ooh,
there's quite a few things. I think one is just like always putting out your best material and still being creative
in a timely manner.
Yeah,
it's hard. Like as an independent band, I feel like that question is different for a band that has a team working with them versus a band that is just doing everything on their own. And I mean, I don't know. The hardest thing I think is really trying to not get in your head about things like numbers sometimes. And
the way the industry is changing and everything, and how everything is directed towards streams as opposed to back then when you could just be a good band and actually get noticed and actually have shit happen. Now it's, about streams and stuff. And it can be a little daunting to look at if the numbers aren't where you want it to be. But at the same time, you still got to put out.
You still got to write
good music. You still got to, all that stuff still comes into play. There's just a whole different factor of getting to that next level now. So I think, and the music industry is always changing and so quickly and so frequently that it's like, it's really hard to keep up sometimes.
It's hard to keep up with content. It's hard to keep up with
when you're the only one doing the stuff, like because it's us four doing the stuff. Like we have a few people that we work with that are like helping us behind the scenes, but we're still trying to like build a team and like help us kind of take the burden off of us trying to do everything, because worrying about the shows, worrying about the booking, worrying about the socials, worrying about the merch, worried about
marketing,
like just all of it in general. It's just, we've learned a lot in like the last 5 years.
A lot.
And still learning a lot. I mean, there's still some things that, I guess some lessons that we're paying for, I guess you could say. But
yeah, we've gone down the roads of just inadequate management, I guess, like nothing necessarily that was done wrong to us, but it's like these things aren't they're not taking us to the next step. What's the point? Like
it all goes
stagnancy is not a
it all goes with the music industry and how it's changing. And if you try to go against the grain and do that, very, very few times that'll work. Like, as far as like the marketing side of it, there's a whole thing of how to do it, and it's daunting.
Yeah,
to think about.
4 guys that are in the band, it's like we're now not just band members, like, or we're not just musicians. We all have like several other jobs within the band to keep up with everything going on.
It gets overwhelming.
It does.
Yeah.
Very.
Because it's like, you can't even like look. I know I found this even with like my bandmates because people ask me, because we don't have like a permanent drummer. So almost every tour we've got a different drummer. And like one of my friends, he's actually here right now because he flew in from LA. He's going to be playing drums for us on our next tour coming up. And he asked me, he's like, why do you find it so challenging to find it, like a permanent drummer? He's like, everybody I know in LA is just like, oh, I got a tour and oh, I'm excited and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, that's LA. Austin, like, we live in the live music capital of the fucking world. Like, you can make more money as a drummer playing gigs in Austin 7 nights a week in our million venues and million amazing bands, and you never have to tour, and it's great. But at the same time, like, you got to find somebody who's like willing to do that, because you're not just taking on, it's like, yeah, I can't afford, I'm not Kelly Clarkson. I can't pay, $300, $400, $500 a night to a drummer. Like, we're lucky if we make that in a night sometimes. You know how it is. It's like, by the time he's checked out the gas and everything else, it's like, hey guys, we get dollar menu McDonald's for dinner, right? So like, and so it's like, we're eating like the ketchup packets at a gas station. No, we're not that terrible, thankfully, because we have an RV now, so we can bring our own food. But you know how it is. It's like the struggle is real. And sometimes you're just like, just barely trying to make it. And then finding somebody who's willing to like go all in with you, not just, oh yeah, I can play drums, but you're basically looking for a business partner almost.
Yeah. And I mean, the idea is to constantly grow, and to constantly be like going to, or, reaching new people and building your audience, building connections, and it's important, the people you work with are able to do those things. Like if you're going to work with somebody on a management level, you want to know that they're going to guide you properly, right?
Right, they're not going to fuck you over.
And
exactly,
there's
a lot of those people out there now these days.
Yeah, there's a lot of managers. But it's rare to find, as an independent band, it's rare to find those people that are just really willing to put in the work with you, to be that extra member of the band, to be that. I mean, because like you and your band's vision, we have our band's vision. That's like something that's special to us. It's hard to like sometimes get some other people to share that dream, to see the vision. I mean, to really get them to be on the same level passion that you have,
and enhancing the vision too,
right? Yeah. And putting in their own ideas and helping to elevate everything.
Yeah,
like, we've yet to get to that point, but I think that's probably one of the next steps for us. Hopefully, we can build a good team, get everything streamlined in our I guess routine, I guess, that we have going on, releases and marketing, PR, everything like that. There's so much that goes into it. It's crazy. Like, me and Matt, we've been full-time banding for a year now, a little bit over a year now. We do not work regular jobs.
We've tried multiple times.
We've
done foundation repair. I worked at a fertilizer plant.
We've done all sorts of.
We've done all some stupid shit. But I think out of all of that, every time we've tried to do that and still try to do this band, like, it's come down to the choice of, do you care about this job or do you care about this band? And I'm like, well, one, why the fuck you even asking me that question? Two, I quit. Bye. You're giving me some options. You know which one I'm going to pick. Like, and so we've really just honed in on perfecting our craft and recording and just doing this ourselves, and having a job that we actually enjoy,
and working with good bands. Is like, we're trying to build something.
Yeah,
it's like more of a movement with more than just us, or we're not just focused on solely post profit. We want to help these other bands too, and by recording with them, getting them on shows, playing shows and stuff like that, it's try to start building a movement. And that's kind of like, I feel when a music scene really starts to form, you have a number of bands working together. You have them, they're not just oh yeah, this one band. It's like we're actually kind of friends with all, we're friends with all the bands that we work with. So
yeah. So
we
have like a musical community almost.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We have plans to, try to get each of them to be playing shows and, really being part of the music scene in Texas regionally and beyond. Really, it's like, it's important, and where we live, Longview, Texas, it's like there's really not much of a music scene, unfortunately. There's not much of there's no incentive. There's nowhere for bands to really play. A few dive bars, and a bunch of country stuff, but for like rock bands, it can be probably pretty depressing, in this like climate. So
it definitely was for us on the come up.
Yes.
We literally was like,
so if we hear about a rock band that's, starting to come up or trying to come up, and, we talk about recording or doing anything, it's like, yeah, we want to do that because they're like, people around here need to have that like sense of, okay, like there's a reason to do this. It's not just that's not just them floating out here in the middle of, East Texas with no friends and no like community.
Mm-hmm.
So, we try to build a community. We try to do what we can. And at the same time, spread our legs and get ourselves out there.
Spread our wings.
Spread our wings and
spread our legs.
We're gonna spread our legs.
I think you got it right the first time. Freudian Woo! Spread your legs.
Our legs will be spread for anybody that wants it.
Oh, that was good. That was fucking good.
What can you do?
I'm sorry, exactly.
Sometimes,
woo!
I would try to demonstrate it, but I don't want to rip my pants like that.
I'm like crying over here. I can't breathe.
This is our ever so casually, bro.
Just go casually. Just go over there. And just...
Oh, you stop! Woo!
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Damn it. That's great. Oh.
Woo! Wow, that was amazing. That was amazing.
Never say it again. Spread our legs.
Oh, bro, you caught me out guard with that one.
I'll be here all week.
Oh. Wait, we do this on a daily basis, but man, he still catches me off guard with some of these.
Lord have mercy. All right, so bands, you heard it from Post Profit. Spread your legs.
Spread your legs and get out there.
Spread them.
Spread them.
Do all the things. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me tonight. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having me.
Where can everybody check you guys out? Where's your music? Where can we see you? When are you playing next?
We are on all socials. Instagram is Post Profit Official. Facebook Post Profit.
Post Office.
Post Office.
Postoffice.us.gov.
I almost said edu, bro.
.edu.
Go to college. We do have a Twitter, but I never get on Twitter because I can't do Twitter.
It's horrible in there.
Yeah, sorry, fuck Twitter.
It's awful.
But
it's beautiful. I love it.
We have Spotify, Apple Music, all the major streaming platforms, and YouTube, Pornhub. Yeah.
What?
That's where he spreads his legs.
And all circles back around. Way to bring that one back around there. Just finish it off. You know, full circle. That was great.
I'm never gonna let you forget
that. We have a few shows. We have like 2 or 3 shows to finish out the year, but we're actually about to be recording some new stuff. We're in the process of recording some new stuff right now. So that is what we're doing for the majority of the next few months. So I'm pretty excited about it. I think if you enjoyed the album, and especially like the hard hitting points of the album, then the new music we're writing will definitely get you hyped. So it'll definitely make you know.
It'll make you feel. It'll make.
It's not even. I was like, no. I mean, yes, it does. Then hell yeah.
We've had people. Okay, so total sidebar, real quick, before we go.
Are you about to say?
Yeah,
oh my god!
We have a song called "Haunt Me." If you've listened to our record and you've heard the song, you know it's kind of like a sadder song.
It's the saddest song on the fucking record.
It's the saddest song. It's about people dying. Okay,
straight up.
And while we're playing this song, this girl.
This has happened at like 4 shows.
Yeah,
different people.
4 shows. This girl just pulls a chair up in the middle, like, of the floor, and just spreads them and lets it all hang out. For everybody.
Boobs were hanging out.
Boobs.
Ass was hanging out.
Undercarriage. I don't know.
I'm in the middle of singing the line every morning when I wake up alone,
and she's twerking.
And I was just like, okay. This is new. On the saddest song in our catalog.
But she wasn't the only one on that song. We've had a number. There was one time we were playing that song that there was a couple in the back. They were just making out, just going to town. Like, it's like, oh, all right.
Yeah. And then the couple in front of them was bawling their eyes out.
They were crying.
There was just a big mix of emotions. And I did not know how to feel singing that song that night. Just saying, like, I was just like, this is kind of a weird vibe. This is kind of weird. But yeah.
That's all we got.
That's all we got.
All right. Well, thank you guys again for joining me on Late Nights with Kraevin. And thank you everybody for watching. Please make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel so you'll get notified of all the amazing bands when we go live every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And then don't forget to tune in to the Morning Walk of Shame with Kraevin every morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on rockrageradio.com, where they get to hear Post Profit, Rizamato, and all the amazing bands you see tonight. Plus, I take some of the teasers and I play it on the radio show, so people will hear about you spreading your legs.
Yay!
Woo! Thank you guys again. You are amazing. We love you so much. We'll talk to you next time. Later. Bye.
Have a good one. Take care. Thank you.